Yes, yes,
Appreciate you,
indeed.
brother. Let me see if I'm gonna have to text Chris now. Make sure Chris is awake.
Oh yeah, get Chris in the chat. Hmm?
Chris sent me a cover to Melania
Oh,
Trump's book.
oh
Right?
God, yeah,
Can we cuss now? Can we cuss on the pre-show?
yeah. We're already a minute in, so YouTube thing should be
Okay.
past its warning mark.
It says make fuck collect green card. Melania fuck.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's Chris right there. Make fuck.
That's funny.
Green card.
Mm.
Oh shit.
Hey, Adam's in the chat.
Hey Adam. How you doing, pal? All right. Chris. Yeah, I'm glad you got to hang out with Chris the other day. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, Chris is a pretty cool guy. I like him.
Chris is great, man.
He owes me $20, but that's okay.
He owes you 20. What do you owe you 20 for?
We won't talk about it, but he owes me 20.
Does he know that?
Yes.
Oh, the Caps were playing tonight. Is that the season opener or still a preseason game?
Still, it's the last preseason game, and it was at 5:00. They won 2-0.
They won. Has Ovi scored any preseason goals? I don't think he has.
He scored one against Columbus on Monday night, I believe it was.
Okay, because he's not playing much now, right?
No.
And I thought it was still preseason, but I thought it was odd because the regular season did start.
Not yet.
I thought Buffalo played a regular season game the other night.
Not that I know of. The eighth is the start of the season for everybody.
Okay. For some reason, I thought Buffalo had played the season kickoff earlier. All right. Is that Chris in?
Yeah, look at that.
I touched his Italian sausage. Oh my. Chris, is that why he owes you $20?
We won't talk about that.
Oh my goodness, man.
We won't talk about that.
Chris, give it to him the hard way, 1 quarter at a time.
Yep. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be doing our same as usual show. We'll be showing off some pools, any back issues that we may have gotten this past week or two. I think Gary's got a couple of weeks worth of books he wants to show off. And then, of course, we have Uncle Gary's showcase, and the secret word is spectacular.
Spectacular. That's right.
Yes, indeed.
They're real and they're spectacular.
Real and they're spectacular. All right, Richard, who's 0-2? Are you talking about your Buffalo? Are you talking about your Sabres? We'll see what he says about that. Yeah, I believe the season starts on the 8th officially. So okay. I don't think there was any...
okay, for some reason, I thought I read that the kickoff was the other night. It was Buffalo and New Jersey, I thought, kicked it off.
As far as I know, it's the 8th is the start of the season. And unless there was some game that they played, like in Europe, like you know how the NFL sometimes does?
Okay.
And that would count, but I don't think there was.
Okay.
I can't remember.
All right.
They
ought to play a game in Antarctica, just, you know.
just for the hell of it?
Just for the hell of it. Use penguins for pucks.
I'm down with that.
You're down with that?
I'm down with that. Yep, he's talking about his Sabres.
Yeah.
Never should have got rid of Eichel. I think it was Eichel that they had for a while.
I got a buddy that grew up in upstate New York, played hockey, and
What's up, Booge?
So, Richard, he talks about, I think it was 1975, the year the Cup was not won or something like that. It was some kind of controversy where Buffalo was knocked out of the playoffs or something, but he calls it the year that the Cup wasn't won, 1975. So he's still hurting on that.
Still hurting from that? Man.
Still hurting from that. Sabres are a cool team, cool logo.
Yeah.
Cool team. I love it. I think Sabres was really cool. And what was they had the American goalie for a while that was so good. What was his name?
Not Belfour, was it? Belfour? No.
One Belfour. I can't remember.
Can't think of it.
But he was the Olympic goalie for us for a while. Yeah, and he was. Really...
I know the name, but I know the person. I can't think of it.
Yeah.
There's Mr. Keith. Happy Saturday night. Don't mind me. I'm just watching my $1 million yacht on the coast of Vienna. All the girls say hi and seem to know Gary. Of course they do. Of course they do.
tell him be quiet about that. Shh, I still get in trouble. That was years ago, and I still get in trouble. That redhead up
Buffalo
there.
sports is depressing. Yeah, I can understand that.
Oh, come on. Well, okay, Richard. The Bills are still a quality team now. I mean,
That's true.
They just got one loss right now. Now they need
Yep.
to do something before that window closes on them, but they're still a quality team. So
all right, so Jamie is not in tonight because he's attending some family members that are sick. So he is going to be out tonight. Dan is out tonight because he is visiting family. So that's all good.
You got the dynamic.
Don't worry, Jamie will be back in 2 weeks because I think next week is technically his off Saturday. So he'll be back the Saturday after that.
He'll be back in 2 weeks whether you like it or not.
Miller. That's the goalie.
Thank you.
That's the goal. Yep, thank you.
See, there you go, Richard.
Miller. Yep.
Oh, he was good. He was so good. And I remember the Olympic game where it was us in Canada, and I think Crosby finally won it in overtime. But he was magnificent. Yep. Hey,
what's
Doug.
Up? Hey, Doug. And Bushi's trying to be a Raiders fan. Try harder.
Hey, Bushi, you know what? Growing up, in the 70s and 80s, my NFC team was, of course, the Redskins. My AFC team was the Raiders. And one reason why I loved the Raiders was I was a tight end, and my game was a lot like Dave Casper's game.
Oh, okay.
Hell of a blocker, great hands. I ran great routes, running people over. And so Dave Casper was was my game was like his, or I tried to emulate him. I mean, like him, he's a Hall of Famer, but you know what I mean? But it's just that style of play.
You were aspiring to be that.
I was aspiring to be that. I once had a coach, name was Reggie Harrison, and he had 2 Super Bowl rings with the Steelers. He actually blocked the punt in Super Bowl 10 against the Cowboys. It went out of the end zone for a 2-point safety. He had gone to my high school, and he'd come back and was one of our coaches. And he told me I had NFL hands, and that meant everything to me.
Oh, yeah.
He told me that I had NFL hands. Yeah.
Sonny's in the chat. On screen, I got UFC. On one screen, I got UFC on, and the other, I have Codex. Good man, Sonny. Good man.
Sonny, either way, there's going to be a beatdown, so come on and bring it.
Chris says you certainly aren't a tight end anymore.
I may not be, but at least I'm not what Chris is, and that's a wide receiver. Woo!
Ow.
Woo!
Is it getting hot in here? Woo! Is it getting hot?
Yeah.
All right.
I can't believe Chris doesn't have anything smart to say to
that. I know. Let's see. Bougie said he's from Ohio, but always been a Raiders fan. I like the Bengals too, but not if they're playing the Raiders. Yep. Yeah. Would you believe I've always been a Caps fan. I was a Redskins fan too, but when I'm really into hockey, I've always been a Caps fan. But my West Coast team was the San Jose Sharks, and I like their logo. With the shark biting the stick, it was really cool. But they turned out to be the type of team. It's like they're the West Coast version of the Caps. They do really good. They get in the playoffs, and this right off the edge.
Well, hey, our Caps won it all for us a few years ago, though. So
2018.
Ovi's name is on that cup, and then the year after that, the Nats won the World Series.
Yep, and Mystics also won that year as well.
And UVA won the NCAA.
That's right.
For that too. So we had been so starved because our football team hadn't won anything since the '91 team.
Right. Right.
And you know what? Now, I tell you what, we just might have a franchise quarterback.
Yeah.
Jayden Daniels.
They're showing some potential.
Listen, I know RG3 was Rookie of the Year that first year too, but I don't know. Something about Daniels feels a little bit different. So I hope, I hope we haven't had a franchise quarterback since Theismann, in my opinion. Because Rippon, maybe Rippon was borderline because we had about 4 or 5 years where he was the solid starter.
How about Doug Williams? I thought Doug Williams was pretty.
It was too quick. It was too quick. He was really only the starter for maybe a year and a half, 2 years. And the year we won the Super Bowl with him, he wasn't the starter that year. It was Schrader. Yeah, and then he came in when Schrader faltered. And then, we never looked back. And then the next year, I think he played. And then he had a back injury not long after that. So
there's Jamie. He's in the chat.
He's looking. Hope little man's feeling better, buddy.
Yeah, buddy.
Thoughts. Our best wishes are to him.
Yep, absolutely,
brother.
Absolutely. Hey, last week we talked about you had a buddy that was a friend of Mike Grell's Kickstarter. Do you have that link still? Do you want me to
Yeah,
put that up?
sure, absolutely. Yeah,
Let's talk for a second, and I'll find that link.
yeah, his name is Jeff Messer, and he is in Asheville. And if you know what happened to Asheville, it is tragic what's happened to that region. I mean the whole region in Georgia and Carolina and Tennessee has been hit, and Virginia, part of Virginia's been hit really hard. But Asheville, oh my goodness, it's just been destroyed. And
Yeah.
Jeff lives in Asheville, and he. We reached out to him when we did the Warlord show because we knew he's an artist in his own right and writer, but he also serves a lot of times as Mike Grill's right hand man when he goes to shows. And Mike Grill did an art book, and Jeff was instrumental in getting that published, so his name's on that too. But it's Jeff Messer and his Kickstarter. He Because of internet problems, he had mentioned when we did that show if there was any way we could mention his Kickstarter, and it's called A Venture for Hire. You have that link?
Yeah, I'm looking for it.
Oh,
I
I
know
can
you
send
said
it to you. Yeah.
send it to me again if you don't mind. That way I
I'll
can put
send
it
it
up.
to you. Yeah, absolutely. So it's called Adventure for Hire's comic, and I guess he's got about maybe a week left on it, and anything we can do to help would be great. He's his internet is spotty where he's at, so he was going to try and watch our show last week, but I don't think he was able to.
Oh, you sent it through Facebook. Okay, that's actually better.
Okay, all right, yeah. So anyway, Jeff, we're thinking about you, buddy.
We're thinking about you.
And everybody in Asheville and everybody in the the south eastern interior there of the Mid Atlantic, man. Our hearts go out to you. It is tough. And gosh, who thought that a hurricane was going to tear up a mountainous area? Because Asheville's in the in the middle.
Put that link. Yeah, I put that link in the chat, folks. Go ahead and check it out if you like that, or something you're interested in. Go ahead and sign up for it and get it. All right.
Yeah, Dan showed that he had a book that Jeff had done earlier called "Sex, Spies, and Rock and Roll."
Right.
And I didn't know he had that book. I was said, man, you should have brought it. Jeff could have signed it. I had gotten it from Jeff in person in Heroes Con a few years ago, but Dan had, Dan is really cool about getting Kickstarters and things like that. He is.
He's really into them.
Yeah, he really is. So he's cool. Me, I have trouble ordering things on the internet. So I'm like, well, I'll see you somewhere. Can you bring a copy? And I'll give you cash right there. I'm just, it's amazing how someone can design a website but can't order stuff on Kickstarter. so yeah, they see your lies. They know you're
I am not lying, dude. You're just too modest. You're too modest. You're too humble.
How am I modest and humble? I've got my shirt all the way up to my navel. How's that modest?
That's just entertainment.
I will tell you about humble. It's good to be humble. Is like Mac Davis said, "Oh Lord, it's hard to be humble, but I'm perfect in every way. Can't wait to get out of bed in the morning. I get better looking each day. To know me is to love me. I must be a hell of a man. Oh Lord, it's hard to be humble, but I'm doing the best that I can."
Okay. Yep. Absolutely.
It was a great song. Great song.
Yes, indeed. All right. Are you ready to kick off this show?
Yeah, let's kick it off. Where's Chris? Chris hadn't come back from the wide receiver joke.
I think he did. I think he did, but
it was too spicy. It was too spicy. A meatball.
Yep. Too spicy a meatball.
Too spicy a meatball to the post.
All right, folks. We'll be back in about a minute. Stick around. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Codex Station, Comics Unleashed, the After Dark version, live on Saturday night. I am your host, Sal, the Slab Guy, and as always with me is this guy right over here, the master of the squared circle, the Ric Flair of comics,
Woo!
the curator of the Library of Comics, Uncle Gary, and also master of the internet web building.
Yeah, web building. Hey, let me ask you, that music, is that a lullaby? That almost put me to sleep. It's late on Saturday night. What are we doing, buddy?
I don't know. I picked that one because it was 30 seconds. That way I didn't,
Oh man, that was like rockabye baby time, man. Jesus Christ, what's he trying to do?
I'll see about creating a new intro that has a little bit more snappy music. All right.
Yeah, that ain't so good late at Saturday night when we're old men, my friend.
I know, that is so true. That is so true. All right, Uncle Gary, why don't you tell everybody where you're at and how they can find you and what you've got going on?
What have I got going on? All right,
you got a lot going on.
See, it says head over to Comic Logic. Comic Logic. We are Loudoun County, Virginia's only comic book store. Please come in and see us. We would love to see you. You come in on Wednesdays, you get an extra special treat. You'll see Rob Kalin. You'll see who's our principal owner, Mighty Mike Harbor, and you'll see me. We're getting our weekly books. We're getting that 4-color ink. We're pumping it up. We're lifting those long boxes. We're lifting those stacks of comics. I've told you all before. Reading comics make you strong, baby. Also do some push-ups.
Just do a couple. Just do a little couple.
Do a couple. So yeah, we'd love to see you, and we have a really cool event coming up. We have our Fall Lot Con on Sunday, October 27th, 12 to 4. Please come out and see us. We turn our parking lot into a mini Comic Con. We'll have about 35 plus vendors out there. There'll be comics, there'll be toys, there'll be local authors, local artists. There'll be even a tattoo booth. So Sal is going to go and he's going to get Venom tattooed on his nether regions, and it's going to be quite the spectacle. So please come see that. Yeah.
It's going to be spectacular.
It's going to be spectacular. That's right. So come see that. We would love to have you, and it's trunk or treat. So have your kids come in costume and then trick or treat. To all the booths. We'll have candy to give out for the kiddos. So we'd love to have you there. We were graced last year to have Sal and his wonderful family, and Dan and his family came out, and so they each brought their daughters, and I believe they each had a good time.
They did. They did. So, I was going to say that my daughter enjoyed it. My wife even enjoyed it, and she's not even a comic book geek. She's like checking out the other vendors and stuff like that. It was really nice just to walk around a lot, chat with people too. It's really good.
We have a gal that has jewelry that she makes and things like that. So so it's not just comic stuff. So it's kind of cool. So you'll get to see us. My significant other, lovely redhead, will be walking around. So
very good.
We'll see that. So anyway, we'd love for you to come out and see us. So please do. Also, want to give a shout out to the Comic Character of the Week site. Comic Character of the Day, my bad.
Comic Character of
the Day. And so that is started by our good buddy, Archduke Kevy. And it's the way that most of the Codex hosts, we became acquainted on that site. So either owe them a debt of gratitude or owe them your curses. The reason that you see us is because of that damn site. I do on Facebook, I'm Opie Taylor, and I post the cover of the day, and sometimes I go a little bit off the reservation. Today, Kevy picked Blackout. Cheesy old cheesy Marvel villain, terrible costume.
Who the heck is this guy?
Yeah, so I picked a different. I know. At first, I thought it was Bolt, who's a DC character, kind of similar, same costume. So I picked a Blackout that's a Ghost Rider character. Looks a lot cooler. So I like to. I like to deviate sometimes from who Kevin picks when I have leeway to do that. So I did that. Dan always has a random. Matter of fact, Dan's random panel today was good. It was when Atrocitus, his cat Dexstar was kicked. I'll be dressed as.
Sorry, I'm working the chat too, so I'm a little bit behind.
Yeah, that's Chris. If you're going to be dressed as an old man, you're supposed to dress in something different. You wear that costume every damn day. I don't have red hair. No, you don't. And by God, don't let me see you with red hair. Yeah.
Yep. Thank you, Richard. Everybody out there, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Get us around the internet.
Absolutely.
Help that algorithm out.
So the Atrocitus panel, he got his cat kicked. He got Dexter, and Atrocitus gets really mad, and that's when he I think Lobo kicked the cat, and then Lobo's got a power ring, and Lobo creates a big, giant green dildo and smacks Atrocitus with it. So that was one of the greatest Green Lantern scenes ever. It's an injustice. Yep. And Hal Jordan said, "Did he just?" And Guy Gardner said, "Yes, he did."
Yes, he did. Uh-oh.
Yes, he did.
Uh-oh, look at this.
Lobo sucks.
And then he goes, #justice for Dexstar.
Listen. I am against Lobo kicking Dexstar. I think Dexstar is really cool. But I am very much pro Lobo hitting Atrocitus with a giant green power ring dildo. I am very much in favor of that. So there we go. So good panel today by Dan.
Yep.
And we usually have a good question of the day, and then of course Sal's always contributing, always watching, always there, part of his ombudsmanship to make sure that you're getting the quality you deserve, just like he does here. Now, let's talk about Sal. Sal the Slab Guy. This is a special time of year. It is always Sal the Slab Guy time, but when it's Halloween, the two worlds that introduce Sal into our lives merge, because he was Sal the Slab Guy because his first big job out of high school, he's working at the city morgue, and he was known as the Slab Guy there because nobody loved their work more. He would go to work and he would go, "Got any new cadavers?" And he would just slide them out, check them out, put them back in, and he took care of them. He was their caretaker, and he was known around the morgue as Sal the Slab Guy. Well, lo and behold, his comic book world exploded. He always loved comics, but then when the slabbing, when we started encasing the books and slabbing the books, he saw a way for his two worlds to meld into one. And Sal the Slab Guy at the morgue becomes Sal the Slab Guy at his home, which is what we were calling the Slabatorium now.
The Slabatorium.
Slabatorium.
So it's the new name for this room. The Slabatorium.
The Slabatorium.
The Slabatorium.
And the temperature in that room, you usually see his breath because he keeps it in freezing, because he wants, just like he got used to being in the room in the morgue with all the cadavers. That's how he likes it for his slabs. He wants it nice and chill and cool in that room. So there we go. So check him out. Sal's Comic Corner, starring our one only Sal the Slab Guy, the one and the only, the master of ceremonies from the morgue or from his Slabatorium.
Yes. Thank you, Uncle Gary. That's amazing. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, find me on gosh, I can't even talk now because I'm just so speechless after that. Find me on YouTube under Sal's Comic Corner, or on Instagram when our resident in-house artist Dan Kelly allows it, on Instagram as the Slab Guy 77. Now, Gary, there's something else we got to give the people. What do we want to give to them?
You know what? Even though there's only two of us here, we still have enough of the socials that we can expand and give them to you. And we'd love nothing better than to give you them.
Not just once, but twice over.
Twice over.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, just go to any social media, type in at the Codex Station, and you'll find us. So click like, share, and subscribe. Get us onto that algorithm so we can get our content out to more people. And then, when you're done doing that, head over to this amazing website that Gary here has created. CodexStation.com. This man, it went into his brain, through his arms, through the fingers, and he just started typing it out. We did not give him any information, ladies and gentlemen. He just created it like that.
I don't know my QWERTY from a hole in the ground. So I cannot do that.
This man, not only does he know where the reset button, he is Mr. Control Alt Delete. He is Mr. Star wild card.
Yeah, that's right. 10 minutes before the show. Sal, I can't get in. What am I supposed to do, man? What button do I hit, man?
As we're rushing to the 11 o'clock deadline, he's like, "What am I doing wrong?"
All right. I ain't getting nothing, man. What the hell? Yeah. That's the guy that created the website.
Well, thank you.
And if that guy did create a website, you sure as hell don't want to see what it would be.
It would be like a Lobo website, wouldn't it?
Probably so.
Anyhow, folks, head on over to thecodexstation.com. You can meet the team. We've got our bios on there. We show off what shows we're actually on. We tell you what stories we like, what characters we like, so you can meet the team. Buy some merch, because we got a merch store there. You can find all our socials online, and We even have a section called Friends of Codex, which we kind of give shout outs to friends of our station. Comic Logic's on there. Kent Hubbs, my presser guy, is on there. So much more. So please check it out. CodexStation.com. All right. With that, I can resume control of the chat here. There we go. There we go. Look at that. Gary's a typhoid Mary of the socials.
That's right, baby. That's right. Listen, Chris would know he's been infected a long time ago.
Yes. Probably more than once.
Listen. There's so many infections, they got to take a number like at the deli counter to get on here.
Calling number 56?
Yep,
okay.
Yep. There you go. There you go.
All right, Gary, since it's only us two, let's show off our pools. Do you want to go first?
Doesn't matter to me. You tell me. You're running the show.
You go first.
Okay. All right. Well, let's see what we got here. So there's a couple weeks worth here.
Hold on. Let me put you big screen. Big screen.
Hold on. Wide angle lens. All right, baby.
Look at that jungle.
There's a couple weeks. There's a couple weeks worth here because there's actually a third week, but we're not going to be able to show that because they're integrated in other stuff. Something my good buddy Chris likes very much. I've got a Green Lantern trade paperback.
Oh, nice.
The Alan Scott series, and what I really liked in here was there's some Spectre.
What?
We had some Spectre in that.
Yeah.
Look at that Spectre. Woo!
Oh yeah, I remember that.
So I enjoyed that quite a bit. So
that cover of that book was on one of the issues that I liked. I think I got a foil cover of that, if I remember right.
Nice, very nice. All right, so we got Uncanny X-Men number 3.
Oh yeah, nice one.
Nightcrawler.
Go back to little screen. Not gonna happen, Chris. He's in full high definition for your pleasure.
Oh, you protest too much, big guy. All right, there's some.
Oh, that's a wicked cover.
Yep, Revenge. There we go. Daredevil, A Woman Without Fear.
Nice
miniseries. All right. The Avengers Annual, they team up with Thanos.
What?
Yeah.
Get out.
This, I'll read this. This will be like a 2-minute read. This will be a, how fast can I? Hey, let me tell you something. Green Lantern had used that ring against the wall of sound.
Yep.
Oh, see what I did there? Yeah.
Yep. That's Tim's favorite. Still with Zeb.
Talk about Zeb Wells, how great this book is.
Yeah. Tim's favorite.
Tim's favorite. I think Tim likes this one well enough.
Yeah.
Ultimate.
Why did I not get Ultimate Spider-Man 9? Did I not?
Okay, don't know, man. I don't know if it was this week or last week, to be honest with you. X-Force.
X-Force, nice.
Yeah. X-Force. Red Band, Werewolf by Night, which is the only way they're selling this. There is no regular band.
There's no regular band? There's no regular version?
There's no regular version, yes. So it's Red Band or nothing. New X.
Oh, that's a psychedelic cover. You're gonna need some.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
you're gonna need some medicine for that one.
Yeah, that's very 60s.
I don't have that number 9. Jeez. Ooh, okay, well, we'll see.
Put on your list.
There you go.
Wolverine Deep Cut.
Yeah.
Sinister and Sabretooth. Oh, a book I am really enjoying quite a bit.
Oh, yeah. So what's going on in that one right now?
Vietnam. Fury is captured by the Vietnamese behind enemy lines, and Castle is been dispatched with killing Fury. So secrets don't get out. So, but here it looks like they're teaming up.
It does.
So
she says Red Band Werewolf by Night. Nice.
Yes. Hey, I love me a good werewolf story.
Yep.
Daredevil. And the Mighty Thor with the Radioactive Man, Alex Ross.
Ooh, I was gonna say, is that a Ross cover?
Yeah, Ross is on the covers on it. So that's the Marvel. Let's go with. Let's see. Should we do independent? Let's see. Do we want more? Do it.
Hey,
do it. Do it now.
Do it.
Do it now. Let's
do it any way you like.
Any way you want it, that's the way you get it, right?
Yep.
All right.
Caddyshack.
yeah, Caddyshack. I love Caddyshack.
Yeah, that was a great movie.
Oh man, Rodney Dangerfield.
Oh, classic. Classic.
Man. He had such a great stage act.
Yeah, he did.
Okay. All right. So let's go some independent. Uh, Back issue magazine. This is 155. So this is a horror issue.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So so perfect time. So we got there's some Bernie Wrightson stuff in here, and
Nice.
talking about the DC horror books of the 70s, which were stellar. Just
Yeah.
stellar. So nice issue of Back Issue magazine that will focus on that. Chris, you would like this book, buddy. This is the first issue of Cryptology. Cryptology. It's also by Tomorrow's, and it's comes into a lot of the horror genre. Here's some good Wrightson, whole features on Wrightson here. So,
nice.
But Cryptology issue 1, which is great, and the cover of Cryptology, the main part of that with the zombies. Thank you, Boosh. That is from House of Secrets 100.
Yeah.
So that's right there with him coming after the big dude there. House of Secrets 100 that I have in beautiful shape. Of course I do, right?
Of course you do.
For Batman Day, one of the really cool things they have was a Detective 27 facsimile. And what's neat about this is that this was done in the kind of the style paper.
Oh yeah.
So the paper was the same style, and the dimensions were the same. So here we go. Here we'll go with the DC book. So see the.
Oh yeah. I see it now. There you go.
So there we go. The dimensions are the original, the size of those books at the time. So taller, wider. So and 64 pages, which most of them were that. And so whereas we have detective facsimiles, I'm sure all of us has facsimiles. This is and I even have a big treasury of it. This is the first time I have one in the actual size. So I really kind of like it. And like I said, the newsprint, here's some Crimson Avenger in there. So, but the newsprint of it is great. There it is. The Batman.
Nice.
Yeah.
So does your shop have any more of those, or?
I don't know. Are you interested in one?
Yes, sir. Because I don't think my shop had it. So if you see it, shoot me a text.
Okay. Yeah, I certainly will. I'll put one back for you. Yeah, Chris. House of Mystery. Yeah. So I have every Bronze Age DC horror book. So I even went a little further with House of Secrets, and I have every House of Secrets. I finished a few years ago. Ghost was great. Ghost went 112 issues. Those stories are great. The covers of these books are so great, which is why, because we're talking covers, let's plug it. The 26th, right, Sal?
Saturday, that's right, October 26th.
At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we will be doing our Halloween Spooktacular show. And what we'll do is the host of Codex, even the ones that won't be on that night, and some of the other people that have appeared on air here. Boosh, Ghost is great. Look at the covers, my friend. The Ghost,
yes.
Ghost is really good. Nick Cardy did a lot of those covers. We're going to do our Halloween special, and all of us are going to pick 9 covers. So, like when we do Comic Character of the Week and we show our top 3 covers, we'll each do 3 rounds of 3 covers. So we'll each have 9, and we're hoping, I think maybe 10 of us will contribute. So you may see about 90 horror covers. That's a lot of work for Sal, so we got to thank Sal for loading them in. But I think it'll be cool. So we won't be showing books like we're showing right now, but we'll be just going through looking at the horror covers. And I think, I think that's a Saturday before Halloween. So right. I think that's going to get us all in the good mood for that. So I'm really looking forward to doing that show. So yeah, me too. I floated that idea out there, and the fellas were very receptive. So I appreciate them being on board with that. So I think it'd be really cool. So because I'm passionate about those horror covers. Chris, I know you are too. Speaking of horror covers, that's some Creep Show. Nice. Yeah, gonna have some Creep Show. Chris wants to contribute. Ooh, Chris, and, we'll talk about that. You have a debt with Sal. You work that out with Sal, and maybe you can contribute. Yeah. Give me all that show. We'll try. Yeah. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. Look at that Frankenstein. Isn't that great? Yep. Yes, they do. The horror comics are great. Look at that great Frankenstein cover. I know that's up Snoop's alley.
That's it, definitely.
Yep. Dick
Oh,
Tracy.
Dick Tracy, nice. Mm-hmm.
Yep. I've really enjoyed that book. Hell's Half Acre.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
Yeah. So looks like some demon. It looks like some crime. It's a little bit of Western crime. So we're gonna
Nice.
see Hell's Half Acre. So I'm curious to see how that is. Another anthology, Hello Darkness. You want some side boob? I got that for you there. Yeah.
And that's perfectly legal on this show.
Yes, it is. So the Darkness banner's in a really bad spot. I would have loved it down there, maybe.
Yeah, a little bit lower, maybe.
Let's see those asteroids of hers. All right, there we go. Defenders of Earth.
Oh, with the Phantom.
The Phantom. Jim Calafiore.
You know, the Phantom was my dad's only and favorite comic book character.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. The Deviant. This, nice. The Deviant. I don't know how they got the rights to this, because this was Chris's code name. He's the Deviant. Yeah. He's the Deviant. So there we go. Red Coat. I heard this book is really just got a high rating, that people enjoyed this book. So I'm looking forward to. There's the back cover.
Yeah,
nice. And I've enjoyed the stories on these. Oh, the alternate cover for this is really cool too. Look at that.
Oh, that's pretty wicked.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
Killing me, these alternate covers, dude. I've got to cut back.
You're becoming like me.
Yeah, I know. Hyde Street,
yeah.
which is the Mad Ghost, I guess, the Ghost Machine anthology. So I heard this really good too. So I'm looking forward to Hyde Street. Cruel Universe, which is the EC brand back again, the sci-fi books, and here we go with an alternate cover, but damn, it's cool.
Oh, that's wicked. I would have picked that up if I had seen that one.
Yeah, isn't that great? So that's the B cover. And Chris, and I got one for Chris because he wants this a lot. Right now, well, it ended a few hours ago, but Svengoolie.
Wow.
This is Bonanza. It's Halloween Bonanza. So, anyway, so Svengoolie. Yep, so it's
Gemstone 30th anniversary. Okay.
Yep, there we go. Svengoolie. It's just a bunch of craziness, but I enjoy he's one of the few horror hosts around anymore, so I figure we got to give him some love. So, Svengoolie. All right, now let's go to DCs. We got quite a stack of DCs. All right. First, I got a trade here that is the Batman Incorporated, the complete series. I really like this.
Oh, is that the whole series?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Ghostmaker running it, and you had Jokers around the world. These Joker acolytes that, like one was like, "Are you laughing?" It was one. Laughing was one of them. But you had all these Joker acolytes around the world that were killing people and causing trouble. And so I thought it was, a cool concept. Chris, we'll start off with what you like, baby. JSA 12. I mean,
always like a good action cover like that.
Yeah,
it's like a good charging type of action cover.
Absolutely, and that's an alternate for 12, the Harris cover.
Wow.
So I look forward to going on there. And here's another charging one.
There you go.
And that's Dan, guys. That's Knock who did that. Got some Long Halloween. This is the Jim Lee cover for I guess the last Halloween, the sequel to it.
Yeah.
Long
Halloween. Yep.
Yep. And this is the last Halloween edition. And then these are special editions of the Long Halloween.
Right.
That came out for Batman Day that I got. One that Sal would appreciate.
Ooh.
The Foily Good.
I did not get one of those. Wow.
Foily Goodness.
That's awesome, buddy.
Yep. And then here's the regular.
Nice.
So hopefully, Loeb, when we met Loeb, he was really excited about this book. So hopefully it will be everything he was hoping it was. Okay, one of the anthologies, DC's I Know What You Did Last Crisis. So
I know what you did Last Crisis. That's good.
Yeah. So hopefully we got some good tales in there. All In, the All In special.
Yep.
Okay, So the All In. This is All In. You know what the sequel to this is going to be?
All Out.
All In. The sequel will be Balls Deep.
Balls Deep. There you go.
Balls Deep. All right. Creature Commandos, number 1.
Oh, my shop didn't have that either. I would have picked that up for sure.
Nice House on by the Sea.
Nice House by the Sea.
Nice.
Okay.
Digging it. I'm digging. I really like that book. Poison Ivy.
Nice. I saw some really wicked covers for her this week.
Yeah, you know, I'm not one for a lot of the cutesy Scotty Young type covers.
Right.
But I like the Trick or Treat covers.
Yeah.
So there's Kelly Jones.
Yep.
Last year, I guess it was Zuli did them. I think
right.
Zuli, and I got them also. Here's Birds of Prey.
Nice.
And they had a Trick or Treat cover, and I got that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So like that cover. There was a cool foil Birds of Prey, and it was foil and it had like Black Canary running, and there was a series that they're going to do like that, but I just couldn't do it. I just had to draw the line somewhere. There's Batman,
right?
153, and it's got an all-in tie-in. And they also did a Kelly Jones Trick or Treat cover.
Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm. And I got another alternate Batman because I love me a good Joker cover.
Yeah, that's a good Joker cover.
Yeah, so look at him, crazy bit. Yeah, okay, good Joker cover. All right, Absolute Power 4, which I need to read now. I can't wait to read it. Get some resolution to what's going on here. Plastic Man No More. This is issue 2. I read the first issue of this. Man, he's got some issues going on. And I almost got the alternate cover this where he was just melting. And it was like,
yeah, I saw that too.
We got shorted or damaged on the A cover of Shazam, so this is the B cover, but still pretty cool though. So
okay,
happy with that. Okay, so I got 2 issues of this. I've got to take one back. I don't know why I got 2. So the 2 issues of Green Arrow, which is an Absolute Power tie-in, which I need to read too.
Right.
Got a Harley.
Yep, there you go.
And also,
DC's all in isn't a reboot, but likely less leads to a reboot. Maybe.
Yep. There's the
Harley. I like that multi-Harley, yeah.
Harley cover, yeah.
Yep. One thing I got to start doing is asking around the pre-order me covers and get more consistent and pick up my comics each week. Well, yes, you do.
Yeah, Adam. Yeah, if you want certain alternate covers,
you got to be regular.
You got to order them in advance. Yep, absolutely. Because that's what I do with my alternate covers. There's Flash, just like this one.
That's nice. I like that Flash.
Mm-hmm. I love it. They did the whole series of these books. There's about 12 issues.
I don't recognize the Flash in the top middle.
That is a future Flash.
Future one? Okay.
Mm-hmm. John Fox, maybe. That might be his name.
Okay.
Yep. Action by Gail Simone. I've enjoyed this book so far.
Good.
Look forward to reading that. And we got another one of the covers like that.
Yep.
Supergirl.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. Love it. When I was first reading comics, it was Supergirl with the choker here.
Yeah.
And the hot pants, the shorts. So, got some Zatanna covers, bringing down the house. Little Paris cover here.
It's your boy Constantine there too.
Yep. Little romance in Petri.
There you go.
Zatanna. See, here we go. Alternate, and her and Constantine again.
Yep. Is she lighting his cigarette up?
Yep, she's lighting the cigarette. Yeah, and
nice.
And still got another Zatanna.
That's cool. I love it.
Yeah, Nicholas Scott, I think, did these covers like that. All right, we got some Titans.
Okay.
I enjoyed that book. Power Girl, but I did not get a Power Girl alternate cover. That's nice.
What's up with that?
Yeah, I know. They didn't. I didn't love them, so that's okay.
Well, that's all right.
Got to make those distinctions.
Yep.
Detective Comics.
Yep.
Absolute Powers Origins.
Very good.
Absolute Powers Task Force.
Absolute Power is like all over the place.
Yeah,
I swear to God, I can't keep track of it.
It is. All right. Even though he kicked Dexstar, We've got the Lobo cancellation special, and it says,
Nice.
"Buy this comic or a child might see it." So they great Kyle Hotz cover on there. So did he do
That's
interior?
funny.
Yeah, Hotz did the interiors too, which is
Cool.
going to be fantastic. And here's an alternate cover.
That's
for
cool.
Yeah. And a book I enjoy quite a bit, Batman the Brave and the Bold.
There you go.
Little square bound book. Yeah, so enjoy that. So
Nice.
there we go. That's 2 weeks worth.
Okay.
That's a lot.
That is. All right, so let me go ahead and jump to mine. Did you have any back issues or no? Did you pick up anything? None?
No,
Okay.
no back issues for me. I mean, we went through that Baltimore stack. It's gonna be a while before I get any more back issues.
I hear you. Well, I have one back issue, which I'll ask you a question about after I show off my pools.
Well, you know what? The older we get more and more back issues, and knee issues and ankle issues,
and more ways than one.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's go ahead and I'll start off with Batman 153. I got that one as well. Just a wicked cover. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Also got Detective Comics. Which number is this one again? 1089. 1089. So I also got that. I also got the Green Arrow, Absolute Power Titans. Number what? 16.
Yeah, 1089. I've got
16.
That's 1089. I've got over 800 consecutive issues of Batman, of Detective.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, I think it's like 20. I think 260 something is what I'm at.
I have that too, but they're scattered out in the world. I've got to pull them back into my collection.
Other people are holding them for you?
Yes, other people are holding them for me. So I got the Foily Goodness Jim Lee cover.
Jim Lee, nice.
Yep. Yeah, foil. You can't really show off the foils too much online.
Mm-hmm.
That's my DC. So let's jump over to Marvel. I don't think I have any independents this week. So let's just switch to Marvel. Got Venom War number 3 out of 5, and I am actually really big surprise digging this series. This has been really good. And let me see if I got any more with that, because I do. This is one that's also alternate cover for that. Check out that.
Oh, look at that.
This is Peter Parker Spider-Man, with the symbiote being the King in Black. So
that was a cool cover.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. All right, so I too got the psychedelic X-Men number 5.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of trippiness there going on. I also got the X-Men number 3, or I'm sorry, Uncanny X-Men number 3 with Nightcrawler. Love that.
Great Nightcrawler.
Catch the Elf. That's what it's titled as. Catch the Elf. Gotta love it. All right, here's Tim's favorite, Zeb Wells. All hell, Zeb Wells. Amazing Spider-Man number 58. I also got the Wolverine Deep Cut number 4.
Yep.
Okay. And I got the more foily goodness. This is Secret Wars reprint number 10.
Are you going to have them all foil?
Yeah, I will. I will have them all foiled. And I got the Storm number 1 foiled. Look at that.
Yeah, that is really neat. I like the lightning effects.
Mm-hmm. So that's my pools. And here is my one back issue, which will lead me to my question. Picked up X-Men number 80.
So that's going to be a reprint of 13, I think 13, 12 or 13 were the first Juggernaut issues, and the one of them had that perspective where the Juggernaut, you saw him from behind. So that would be that issue.
Juggerbutt.
Juggerbutt. Yeah. So
So I'm on this quest to finish my X-Men run, and now I'm at the point where I'm at the books where it's mostly the reprinted sections. Of course, I still got to get the very lower ones, but that's another, story, and many paychecks to be saved for that. So, how hard is it to get these reprint issues now?
Okay, so the reprint issues went from 67 to 93.
93, right.
67 to 93. Without the reprints, there would have been no you wouldn't see the X-Men anywhere, because like the other X-Men, I think Angel was with the Champions, and the other X-Men were scattered. They weren't, I think the Beast was in Amazing Adventures, and then he went to Avengers, and they just weren't. You didn't see them anywhere, but they kept doing the reprint books.
Mm-hmm.
And for a while, I didn't think I was going to finish my X-Men, but then I went and said, "To hell with it! I'm going to finish my X-Men. I'm going to get them all." And some of the last ones I needed were the damn reprints, and they used to be cheap as dirt because they were the reprints. Nobody wanted them, but they started ticking up, and they've continued to tick up in price. And so some of the ones I was, I didn't want to pay what I paid for some of them, and that was shoot over 5 years ago. So I can imagine where they're at now. So they're I mean, because that was a nice copy you got. That cost a little bit of change.
Yeah, this one. I want to say this ran me about $40 if I remember right.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just picked up another five issues, and it's going to cost me a little over $200.
Yeah.
But it's and honestly, I'm starting to get to the point where I'll take a reader copy. Give me a reader copy. I'll take it. If it's easier on the wallet, so much the better. So much the better.
If you feel like you're going to upgrade it later, then you do that later. But yeah, 67 to 93. And
right.
It's just a pain in the ass that you're paying. You're getting a new cover. So it's a new cover. And a lot of times, like a reimagined cover of the original. But it's like, geez, the rest of it is just reprint stuff.
Right. So I'm missing 2 books in the 80s. I'm missing, it looks like 4 books out of the 70s. And I'm missing about 3 books. Yeah, about 3 books in the 60s to capture all those.
So you're about 10 away from having all the reprints.
Right, about 10 away from having all the reprints. Now, as we get lower, I'm a little bit more scattered, but like, I don't know. The 40s is kind of hard to fill out right now. 50s are very hard to fill out right now.
Duranko and Ab.
Yeah, and then the teens, 10 to 20. I only got like 2 in that range right now.
Okay, so the key ones, 12 and 13, the Juggernaut issues, or is it 11? I think it's 12 and 13. It might be 11.
I think it's 12 and 13. Yeah,
12 and 13, the Juggernaut issues. I think 14 might be the Sentinels. And then into the 20s, 28 is Banshee.
Yep, I don't have that one.
28 is Banshee. 35 is the Spider-Man cover.
I have that one.
Good. Okay, because that's expensive.
And I remember that one being a really beat to shit copy. So any chance to upgrade that one, I will.
Yeah. So the Spider-Man one is highly collectible. And then you get into 50. 50 is that great Polaris.
I have number 50.
Okay.
I do have 50.
And then you
50
get
and 51.
Okay, and then was it 50? Is it 53 or 52 is the first Havoc?
52 is the first Havoc, I believe, because I don't have that.
Okay, so you get into the first Havoc. So Steranko's doing the covers, and then you get to the point where Adams takes over, and he goes until Adams is late 50s into the issues in the 60s, and then 66 is the last non-reprint, and that's a Hulk cover, and I think 65 might be the first Sunfire. 63, 4, or 5, somewhere in there's the first Sunfire.
Oh, let me see, because I thought I had Sunfire, but maybe I don't. 64 is Sunfire. I have that one.
Okay.
I have the 66 one with the Hulk on it.
Yep. Okay.
And then I jumped to 73.
Okay. Well, when you get those reprints, you're going to have 66 up. So that's pretty good.
Yep.
In your quest. And the early ones that'll hurt you, of course, is, besides 1, 4 is painful.
4?
Yeah.
I have the reprint of 4.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah. 4 is painful. That's first Scarlet Witch, first Quicksilver, first first Brotherhood of Evil Mutants.
Right.
So 4 is painful. And 1, will be painful.
Yep. I have 8 and 3 are the two ones I have in the under 10.
Okay, so 3 is Blob, right?
3 is Blob. Yep.
And 8 is Anus.
Yep.
I mean Eunice.
Eunice. How's your Eunice? You look pretty good. Thank you very much. I have my prune juice.
There you go. Yeah, you be regular. So those X-Men, listen, it's a worthy cause. So keep doing it, and then you're trying to get those, and then I know you still want giant size one.
Yeah, GSX1. I think I was going to try and score that at Baltimore next year, and just that way I could start banking the money for it.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
If I could,
absolutely.
if I could put it in the budget, that'll make life a lot easier.
Well, that's for sure. I considered upgrading mine a few years ago when I sold my Spawn books, and I would have had to. I just ended up going a different direction. I ended up
Right.
getting, a Batman 15.
I'm going to put you back here. Is that way? There we go.
Yeah, I ended up getting a Batman 15. From 1940s.
Yeah, that's
And
still
that's
a great
another
book.
thing. And I got a Green Lantern. I upgraded my Green Lantern Green Arrow 76, and I upgraded my Swamp Thing 1. So I did those instead of just upgrading the giant size one. So
Yeah.
the one I have, the copy I have is maybe a 4.
Okay.
It's raw.
What's up?
It's raw,
Yeah,
but it's okay. It's acceptable.
that's fine. Yeah, it's fine.
4, maybe a 5, but
Yeah.
but it just, there were other things I could have done.
Right.
And those DC books that I upgraded mean more to me than the giant size one. The Green Lantern, Green Arrow 76, and the Swamp Thing mean more to me. So I still have, yeah, you do. I still have a Green Lantern, Green Arrow 76. That's my copy that I upgraded from. I still have that, and I still have my Swamp Thing 1. So I've got some value right there if I wanted to do something with them. At this point, I'm just holding on to the doubles. But
yeah, definitely. So Dan and I are actually going to work out a trade because he's looking for a Gambit 266, Uncanny 266. I've got 2 copies. One's a Mark Jewelers variant, and one's a regular direct edition. I got both of them slabbed, and he has about 3 X books. And I'm trying to find the numbers that he said he had, but I can't find them right off the top of my head. Trying to see, but I said, how about if I trade you my Mark Jewelers Gambit for those X books? And he was like, yeah, okay, I'll do that. That's a deal. I'm like, all right, so we're gonna work that out.
Okay, well, good.
I'm trying to see what numbers were they. Hold on a second. There we go. He had number 19, which I have, and number 20, which I don't have. 21, I don't have. 42, which I do have. 67, which I don't have. And 73. Did I have 73? I do. So not that one. So it was 3 X books. Okay. 20, 21, and
67.
And 67. So I figure that's a fair trade.
Did you get a good deal on the Mark Jewelers variant?
So funny story with that. That's going to be a yes check mark twice in the positive side because that book I got from my friend. Remember I told you my buddy who sent me like 20 boxes of comic books?
Yeah.
That because he was just trying to get rid of them from a friend of his. And
there.
That one was in there. So I got that one completely free. And all I did was pay for the pressing and cleaning and the slabbing. It turned out to be a 5.5, but that's okay.
Which is a higher one, the Mark Jewelers or the other one?
The other one. The direct was an 8.5. So my Mark Jewelers came as a 5.5.
Yeah, well, I would much rather have the 8.5.
Yeah, that's true. But the way the pricing goes, the way the pricing goes, that 5.5 Mark Jewelers is going about the same price as the 8.5 direct.
Yeah, I'd rather have the one that looks good. Yeah, that looks better. But yeah, it's funny. And I've had a lot of these Mark Jewelers copies, and I don't even have them cataloged what I had that's Mark Jewelers or not. It became a thing later on. And the other thing I that I wish I had notated was the books that I have that have double covers.
Yeah.
They're in the collection. I know there's a Superman family I have that's a double cover and some others, but I just don't remember.
I don't have any double covers from early on, maybe I'll say from Bronze and back. I have double covers now that were variants that show you the regular cover, A cover when you open it up, that type of thing. But it's not I don't have a double cover, which is the same cover obviously.
Right. Well, the variants are doing that. DC is doing that with a lot of their
Right.
variants. Where they're showing
Right.
that. Let's see. Let's see if Justice Society does that. Da-da-da.
I was gonna say. So let me see if
Yep. And so here's this Justice Society.
Yep.
And
And
then,
there you go.
Mhm.
So I'm not sure if that actually counts as a double cover or
I
not,
don't
but
think. No, I wouldn't count it as a double cover.
yeah, I kind of agree with that. I gotta
Yeah.
agree with that. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think we are done with our pools and stuff like that. But don't worry because the show is not over. We've got a special showcase. And what's that secret word again?
Spectacular.
Spectacular. All right, folks, stand by for 30 seconds. Going to run that intro, and Uncle Gary will kick us off. I'm going to put you main screen, Gary. So right when that intro is done, you are there. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us tonight for Comics Unleashed After Dark. Stick around for Uncle Gary's showcase.
Please do.
All right, here we go.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Uncle Gary's Showcase, and tonight's code word is spectacular. And it's
Spectacular.
Halloween, so spectacular must mean Spectre. So here we go. So this is Spectre Volume 2. This was in the 80s, 87 was a run. Spectre Volume 2 won, I believe, 31 issues, and it kicked off with this awesome Michael Kaluta cover. So
That is.
love that. This week, I just happened to put them in the Gerber bags and boards. So that's why I have them. Look at this.
And they always pop in that stuff, Uncle Gary. You got to tell people a little bit about the Gerber bags and boards, just a little bit. Like I said, we got to talk more about how we store them.
Yeah, these bags are museum quality. They're Gerber, and actually they're in the previews magazines now. You can order them through their previews, but these are museum quality bags, Smithsonian quality bags, and they're 100% acid free. And then you order the boards with them; they're the same way, and they're expensive, they're pricey. But one, the books pop in them. Two, you will never. Yes, yeah, bougie. Spectre baby, Spectre Volume 2 for you tonight. Spectacular, Chris. You're watching something different. So these, but these you'll never have to change the boards again. Now I double them up because I'm not trying to sell them or anything. So I will, double, because these are expensive. This is a way to help your budget when you can double them up. So 1, 2,
Yep.
and they are really good. So the second one was Kaluta. Here's issue 3.
Whew, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. There's a 4. Okay.
Oh, I like that color. That's
Yeah.
I believe that was on one of our comic character of the week covers with him holding the skull like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was, if I remember right. Yeah,
Think
that's
so,
cool
too.
cover too. Yep.
Yeah, I like her face in the background. This is Magnolia. Mike Magnolia did this, which is really cool. And that is also Magnolia. I really like that one a lot.
Yep.
Wotan.
So how many covers did Kaluta do? Just
He
the first couple?
He did the first several, and he does them throughout. This is another Magnolia. That's really cool.
Yeah, that's pretty wicked.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that one a lot.
Look at him like coming through the tree there too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And this was a Millennium crossover. Here we got Spectre 11 with a whole bunch. We got Zatanna. Oh, Zatanna's bending over.
There you go.
It is, Boosh. Yep, absolutely. Dead Man, Fate, Gentleman Ghost, Madame Xanadu. Looks like June. Looks like the Enchantress back there. So
it looks like Phantom Stranger. Is that him all the way in the back?
Yes, it is. It sure is. Good eye. Yep, Phantom Stranger in the back.
Nice.
And then I think that's
like that. That's a good cover.
Yeah, isn't that great? So Let's see. That's 12. We'll go 13.
Very
That's it.
cool.
Okay, so this is Charles Vess.
Okay.
That one. And this is also a Vess. Bougie, if you like skulls, here you go, baby.
There you go.
Look at that one.
That's
I
pretty
like
wicked.
the arms hanging out. Look at the arms hanging out in the pile of skulls. You know,
Yeah.
that's really cool. So that's
Wild.
another Charles Vess. All right, who we got? Yeah, here's a Vess again.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. And this, here we go. I'm not sure who did this one. I should know. All right.
Yeah. So for 34 years, I thought it was taboo to put 2 comics in one bag of board. Afraid I would run out of town with shorts and torches until watching this podcast. All right, I'm making it okay. He makes it okay because of that Gerber bags and boards. If he did it with normal stuff, I would have to say you'd probably still be running out of town.
Yeah, well, you know what? You do what you want to do with your collection, baby. That's your collection.
That's true too.
It's your collection. They look just fine. Now, sometimes with my really, like I think the first 50 Justice Leagues, I have single. My horror books, even though this is a horror book, usually my horror books I just do single because it's all about displaying them in a certain way. But I've got 60,000 books, and with what I've done with the past couple of years, I've put as many as I can. Especially, you want the pre-1998 books or so in them because the paper before then wasn't quite as, the paper now, you don't need Gerber bags and boards for the paper now. You don't need it, but the books look great in it. So if you want for aesthetics, sure, but you don't have to have them. There's a trippy one.
Oh, yeah.
So you don't have to have them now, but you got to do what's good for your budget, man. Because just think, for the amount that you can double for what you're paying. You can double what you can protect. So I think that's vicious. Look, he's choking the shit out of Corrigan.
Yep.
The same guy. So
yep.
I just with the door slightly ajar. That's a hell of
these are all single owner books, right? You picked these off the shelf, right?
Absolutely. So this from the comic book store. These are all my copies, single owner. Oh, nice. That's trippy. Look at that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really wild.
Yeah. So like I said, we're in 88 now, so we're crossing over into 89. So there's Phantom Stranger, Dead Man, Demon, Fate in there. Yep. Ghost in the Machine.
That's like a digital Ghost in the Machine. There you go.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And the storyline ran a little bit. Yeah. Playing the Spectre video game. I don't know that I want to play that game. He's on the.
That's wild. That's pretty cool. Yeah. This had to come out when all the personal computer was probably just taking off.
Yep. Absolutely. So, it went like 6 issues. There we go. I think that's the final.
That's wild.
Yeah, that is cool. God, this next one's really cool too. This is Butler and Malcolm Jones.
Oh yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, that's wild, man. I love that.
I do too. Oh man, and then I think it's Butler. This is Broderick and Patterson here.
That's cool. I like that.
Yeah, I like that. And that's 31. That's the final issue. Thank you, Booge. And the last one is an annual, and it is Art Adams.
Oh yeah.
So Spectre and Dead Man. And
yep.
So if you ever want to see Art Adams do Spectre, there it is, baby. Spectre Annual 1. If you're into these books here, it's not going to cost you an arm and a leg to get them. They're fairly cheap. You know, with anything, when you get high grade copies, it's going to cost you a little more. But these were all like Sal said. These are all single owner. I bought these off the rack, and it is number 1, baby.
I have that one too, actually.
Yep, it's cool cover. It's great Kaluta cover. Kaluta went to my high school in Virginia here in Arlington. So,
nice.
Yeah, 10 years. I've never met him. I would love to meet him. He's one of my favorite artists. Matter of fact, when we do the Halloween episode, I've got at least 2 colluded covers for sure.
Nice.
So
Nice.
we will see how many others make it in there, but 2 for sure. So that's it. Spooktacular showcase, Halloween time.
Showcase.
And then, and you know, leading up to Halloween, every showcase will be some kind of horror theme, you know. So I think next week it'll be more of the actual horror books instead of a character that is horror driven, you know. So
Right. Well, excellent showcase, Gary. I love it. Every time you show off stuff, I love to sit back and just watch, man. That's just amazing stuff you got.
Well, thank you, brother. Bougie wants, or someone was asking about the Ghost cover. Maybe we'll do Ghosts next week. Maybe I'll pull it out.
Chris says he has volume 1. I might have to get volume 2.
Yeah, well, volume 1 is great, Chris. And Chris, do you have volume 4? That's the Ostrander run with that Tomasi edited Ostrander and Mandrake. That is the run to have, my man. If you have that run.
Yep. Bougie says spectacular.
Spectacular. Absolutely, Bougie. So hope you enjoyed them. The great covers, really cool, and the pieces of art. And again, if you want to put your covers back to back like that, issue 1, issue 2, you go ahead and do that. Anybody that wants to do that, you got my permission. You tell them Uncle Gary said it was fine.
That's right.
And honestly, it balances out the books in your
in the bin,
in your boxes, right, and in the bins, because they're not all, it just balances the front and the back, and they fit more uniformly, actually. So
right,
there's a benefit
to it. Somebody would like to have it.
Yeah, God, Chris, it's so good. It's so good. Bougie, next week, I promise, brother, I Ghost win 112 issues, and I will cull my showcase from that 112 issue run. I promise to you, my friend.
Nice. Can't wait for that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think we can go ahead and put this Codex Station Comics Unleashed After Dark to bed. I think we've done enough damage for tonight. Thank you guys in the chat for joining us tonight. Really appreciate that, as always. And let's give a shout out to Comic Logic one more time, because they are our sponsor. So why don't you go ahead and do that?
There it is. Comic Logic, baby. Loudoun County, Virginia's only comic book store. You please come in and see us. I'd love to see you every Wednesday. Me, Mike Harbor, Rob Kalin. We will see you as you're pulling out your new books. We would love to see you. We'd love to sell you a book. We'd love to make your acquaintance and talk comics with you. We have an event coming up on Sunday, October 27th. We have our Fall Lot Con, and what we do is we turn our parking lot into a mini comic book. We'll have 35 plus vendors. There'll be comics. There'll be toys. There'll be local authors, local artists, jewelry. There'll even be a tattoo artist there. If you want to get you a tat, he'll be there. It's going to be trunk or treat, so please bring your kids. Have them dress up in costume. You dress up in costume, that's fine too. And the vendors will be giving out candy and all, so it'll be a lot of fun. Sal and Dan joined us last week with their kids. They each brought their daughter, and it was really wonderful. Nice family event, and you get to see us milling around and walking around and having a good time talking comics. So it's Sunday, October 27th, 12 to 4. Please come see us. Comic Logic, Loudoun County, Virginia's only comic book store. We'd love to see you.
Awesome. And you get to meet the Ric Flair of comics. I mean, how great is that? That's alone worth the price of admission.
And the price of admission is free. So, I saw what you did there.
All right, folks. I'm your host, Sal the Slab Guy. And as always, thank you, Uncle Gary. You can find him at Comic Logic. This is the Ric Flair of comics. Saying good night to everybody. Have a good night. We'll see you